Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Amaya, and for today's video I wanted to do a very dramatic look but also very achievable, and because it's also prom season, I know April is the time for prom and I feel like this is a very easy achievable look, but it is very glam. So I hope you guys like it, and if you guys want to see how to achieve this look for prom, or I mean for whatever reason you want. I mean, if you want to go wash the dishes and have this look on, I don't blame you. But anyways, if you guys want to see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, I already did my brows, I primed my lids, and I did use the Fit Me concealer in shade 20, and I already did this eye, so now we'll do this eye together because it's a process, and if I did both eyes on camera, I'd be here for hours. So the one and only palette I'm going to use for this makeup tutorial is the ColourPop palette. This is the I Think I Love You palette, and it's super beautiful. It has all your basic shades and very beautiful shimmers. So we'll be using this palette, and the first thing I'm gonna go in with is a big fluffy brush. This is my BH Cosmetics brush B19, and I already did go in with this shade right here. I'm just gonna use that to set that concealer. And now I'm going to be going in with this really beautiful creamy brown shade, and I'm going to use that same fluffy brush, and I'm going to be applying that all over my crease and on the outer corners. I'm not going to bring that in. I'm not going to do a halo since it is a little darker on the outside. And I will be showing you guys, if you don't want to be doing such a glam look, I'll tell you when to stop, when to stop packing. And it could be really simple as well. It's going to be applying just a little more. And now I'm going to go in with this really beautiful rich brown shade. Same brush. And I'm just going to be applying that on the outer corners of my eye and blending that in as well. Okay, I'm going to switch brushes, and the brush I'm going to use is my NYX 16 brush. Okay, if you want more of a natural look, I would stop here and not even worry about the black. I would literally stop here and use one of these very beautiful shimmery shades if you want more of a gold, more of a coppery gold, or a rose gold, or a very yellow gold. I would apply that to my lid now. Literally, that's all you have to do. You don't have to do any more steps, but if you want to achieve this eye look, then it's gonna require a little more work. So I'll show you guys how I did that. With my same NYX brush, I'm gonna very lightly tap into the black, like barely touching, like I barely touched it, look. And you're gonna tap your brush, and you're just gonna stamp that on the outer corners as well. But I mean very lightly, because this black is crazy. And you're just gonna focus that just on the crease. And I'm only going to do this once because then I'm going to switch brushes. I just initially want to really put some black on there. Okay, now switching brushes. This very tiny, adorable little brush. This one is also from BH Cosmetics. It is the V20. This brush I can't live without. I don't know what I did without this brush. Because it's so precise and it's so perfect for blending. When you pack on like a different shade and you want these two, like this brown and this black, to really blend, it's so perfect. And you can really apply eyeshadow with this one too. So I'm gonna go back in with that black and very lightly just on the bottom of my eye. So for my prom, you guys, so simple. I'm gonna show you guys a picture. But I did not, I mean, I did my makeup obviously, but I wasn't really focused on it. But now I'm like, dang, if I was in high school and I went to prom right now, I'd have to go out, because when I was in high school, the makeup game was not this strong. Girls these days, like, I would feel so much pressure going to high school nowadays, because back in my day, we didn't even care about makeup. What was makeup? No. So again, just applying a little more black. It's just as dark as you want it. I think after this, I'm going to stop. You really have to work with it and blend, blend, blend. With that same NYX brush, I'm just going to blend those edges very softly using a very soft, light hand. But anyways, you guys, like I was saying, I bet girls that go to prom nowadays, I mean, this is like what they go to school with every day, you know? Oh my God, of course. Every time, you guys, every time I was going to put my palette down, I missed the desk. And look. See that dent? That just happened. Put my nail. Never fails. Okay, now I'm gonna do a half cut crease. You guys have gotten a little better at this cut crease situation. I'm gonna use that same concealer that I use to set my eyes, the Fit Me concealer in shade 20. Just gonna cut crease, half cut crease. So I'm gonna do this off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I do before I go in with anything on top of the concealer, I always like to go in and tap it just so I can get that extra concealer that might be just laying there. So my eyeshadow that I apply on top won't go on patchy or anything, it'll just go on very smoothly. So just tap that real quick and just blend the edges with your pinky. That's what I do, at least. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this very beautiful brown shade, and I'm gonna be applying that with my finger. Since I have little fingers, if you guys don't feel comfortable using your finger, I suggest always using like a flat brush. So even this flat brush or one of these, or even one of these more pencil-y ones, I suggest you using some of these because it's a little better. But I'm just so used to using my finger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this dark brown shade, and I'm going to be applying that right where the black and the concealer meet out here, because I'm going to do more like an ombre. So I'm just going to be applying that right there first. Now I'm going to go back in with that brush that I used the black on and just blend those edges. Blend that together. I do want it to go up just a little more. So I'm going to go in with this pencil brush. It's an eye crease brush from e.l.f. Going in with that dark brown as again. And just putting that a little higher up in the crease. Now I'm gonna go in with this very beautiful, amazing shade. It's a very gold, but coppery gold. I really like this shade. So now I'm gonna be using that more in the middle part of my lid. Just to be applying that with my finger. Don't be afraid to apply it on the top of that darker brown shade, because they do need to blend together. Now I'm going to go back in with the e.l.f. brush and apply a little more on the crease. Now again with this BH Cosmetics brush, now can you guys see how I cannot live without this brush? how amazing it is. So perfect for blending. I love these brushes. I love them. I like the Morphe ones too, but I feel like BH Cosmetics isn't really talked about, and their brushes are ridiculously good. So now I'm gonna go in with this very beautiful champagne shade from the palette as well, and I'm gonna be applying that with my finger again and focusing that just on the very edge of my lid. Can you guys see how pigmented these eyeshadows are? That's why I wanted to use one of the ColourPop palettes, because you can get so many eye looks with this palette, and the pigment on these shadows are crazy. They're so good. The mattes, the shimmers, all of them are good. So you can't go wrong with this palette, and it's super affordable. It's like $16. Okay, again, I'm gonna go back in with that brush and just blend those edges. I'm gonna apply just a little more black. Once you get to this point, you can really just try to even both eyes. Put more black if you'd like. Now back with that NYX brush, very lightly blend the edges. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean my edges up just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with my Milani primer. This is the Prime Light Strobing Plus Pore Minimizing Primer. I feel like this is a pretty good primer. I have been using it for a while now, and I really like it. Just work that into the skin. So my prom, honestly, you guys, I live in a very small town, and my prom, for me, my experience in prom, it was super lame. Like, it was fun because I was with the girls, and all of us girls didn't have a date. We all went, like, each girlfriend, we had a date. We were like, okay, you're gonna be with me, you're gonna be my dancing partner, or we just all danced together. But we had a big group of friends as girls, and we always went together. It was really, none of us really took a date, and if we did, we were like, whatever, I'm gonna go dance with my friends. But yeah, I mean, it was fun because I got to spend it with my girlfriends, and we had a lot of fun. We danced a lot, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, prom. Like, when I went to prom my first time, I thought I was gonna be like what you would see on TV, like crazy. It was wild. People would drink, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, my prom was definitely not like that. If your prom was like that, then cool for you, but mine was pretty lame. But it's okay. I liked it. I had fun. I had fun dancing. We all had fun. But compared to like movie status proms, no, it was not like that. It was not like that. But, you know, I didn't go to any after parties. I didn't really want to, and my parents would be like, no. Anyway, so yeah, I really didn't do that. Now I'm gonna go in with foundation, which I don't know which foundation to use, because this is like my favorite foundation of all time. Like, any foundation, this is my holy grail foundation, but I use it a lot, so I'm like, maybe I won't use it. But I have been using the Super Stay foundation from Maybelline, and I'm in the shade 120. This is really good as well. It's really full coverage. So either one, whichever one you would choose from these two to use, because you need a long lasting full coverage foundation. So I would go with any of these two, but for this video I will be using the one from Maybelline. Don't get me wrong, I do like this foundation, but not as much as my Photo Focus foundation. So I'm just going to be pumping some on the back of my hand. And then what I've been doing lately, I use my BH Cosmetics 120 brush, and I just use this to work it in. I know it's just one extra little step, but I like to do this because then I go in with my beauty blender and blend everything. But I can like really get really close to my brows, be very careful. Basically apply it with this little brush, and I like it more when I mix foundations. It's even better, but this is what I've been doing. You don't have to do this step. It is one extra step. You can just pump it on your finger or put it on your face. But for my case, this is what I like to do. I don't know why. I don't know. But yeah, I wish I had like really funny prom stories. Like I said, my school was pretty lame. If anybody at my school has a really good prom story, I'm like, where was I? Probably at home when I was supposed to be. No, I'm just kidding. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this in with my Equal Toe sponge. But what I do always remember is that we would all, like 15 people, we would all go to Chili's. That was our hot spot, was Chili's. Go to Chili's before prom and just dance. And it was nice because I don't mean to brag or anything, you know, but I feel like all of us girls, we all like to dance, and we were pretty good at it, so we're showing those girls our stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, if you guys want to tell me some of your guys' prom stuff, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear you guys' prom. I feel like I can't believe it's been, what, like five years? Yeah. It's gonna be 5 years since I last went to my prom. That's craziness. So as you guys can tell, this is a very full coverage, beautiful foundation. I feel like it blends in so seamlessly, very full coverage, but you don't feel like you have a cake face on. So I really like that. I feel like you can still see a little bit of my blemishes, so I'm just gonna apply a little more. Just on the areas where you can see some of my acne spots. So I suggest you do that all the time. If you have little acne spots or whatever it may be, I don't suggest you go in with a second layer of makeup, of foundation. I recommend you just putting a little bit more foundation in your problem areas instead of your whole face, because then you'll avoid looking cakey. Nobody wants to look cakey. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply some concealer. The concealer I'm going to be using is my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade 25. You guys, this is such a good concealer. You don't have, it's very buildable, very creamy, and they just released new shades, so I'm pretty excited to try some of their new shades. I'm just gonna highlight a little bit, not too much. I'm not a huge highlighting person, but yeah, I'm excited to try some of their new shades. I have like, I'll show you how many shades I have. So I have 5 shades of this concealer, just because, I mean, they're $6. It's like I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna buy 5 shades of the Tarte Shape Tape. Oh, no, I'd go broke. I mean, these are only $6 and they're so good. If you guys haven't tried them, you need to try them. And I recommend you getting two shades, 3 shades if you can, just to make sure that you get the right one. But I feel like all the ones that I use, I can all make them work. I like to buy some in my shade, my skin tone, so I can just apply some on my problem areas and just be on the go and just cover those up and have like a no makeup day. So yeah, side note. I really did want to use more of affordable makeup because I know when I was in high school, I did work a part-time job other than going to school, and you know, it's expensive to buy makeup, so I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna be like, use this $50 foundation, you know, like most of us are trying to be in school, and if you ask your parents, can I have a $50 foundation? If your parents are like, yeah, why not, then awesome for you. But for me, my parents would be like, no, you're okay. Now to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun loose powder, and I like to tap some onto the big fluffy little thingy. And then what's on here, I like to go in with my sponge and very lightly, go in and set my under eyes with this powder. And use a very light hand when you do this because you don't want it to look too cakey under your under eyes. And I've done that mistake where I like go in and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so cakey, and you can see it. Yeah, no. So just very lightly, so you can avoid that problem. Okay, now I'm gonna set the rest of my face, and to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna be using my Wet n Wild pressed powder, and I'm in the shade Warm Light, as you can see. I already hit pan, but it's a really good loose powder, and I'm just gonna be using that to set the rest of my face. So when I go in with my blush and highlight and everything else, it doesn't go on patchy or anything. And this powder sets your makeup beautifully, and it doesn't flash back, and it doesn't look cakey. So it's perfecto. Okay, now that I set my face, I'm just gonna finish the rest of my eye makeup. So let me just zoom you guys back in just a little bit. I'm gonna be using that same eye crease brush from e.l.f. and I'm gonna go in with this brown shade for my under eyes. I'm just gonna be dragging that all through the eye. I'm gonna go in with that dark matte brown shade, and I'm just gonna be applying that as well with the same brush. Oh, I forgot eyeliner. Oh. I'm going to be using my ColourPop eyeliner in Honey Dude, and it's a nude eyeliner, and I like to put this on my waterline so it just opens my eyes up a little more, since I am using quite a bit of black. So I'm just going to use that on my waterline. I'm going to do this off camera and I'll be right back. Okay. Now we can continue. Okay, now I'm going to take the black with that same brush. Just be a little more careful. And I will be applying that just on the outer corners of my eye. I'm not going to take that all the way in. And if you are going for a softer glam, like the first option I gave you, I recommend you obviously not applying black and just skipping this step completely. And now with whatever is left on the brush, I will be dragging that more in the middle of the eye, just so it can be nice and blended. I haven't done such a dramatic eye look, and I can't even tell you how long, but I like it. I feel like it did go a little too low, so with my makeup wipe with my nail, I'm going to apply it really close to my nail and just clean that up just a little bit so I don't mess up everything else underneath. It's just a little makeup tip if you do mess up. I mean, how can you not? Alrighty, now I'm gonna go back in with a brush and just blend a little more, because why not? Now to highlight my inner corners, I'm gonna be using this tiny little Morphe brush, and I'm gonna be using this very beautiful shimmery shade from the palette. It is a little pinky, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend in just a little bit of this shade as well, just because it's a little too pinky. And as you can see, it is beautiful. Wow, that's an inner corner highlight. I love this palette. You can do so many eye looks with this palette. I'm gonna be doing that same technique on my brow bone, just very lightly right here. So I always do my mascara last because I like to set my face and everything, But if you want to do a wing eyeliner, go ahead and do a wing eyeliner. If you want to apply falsies, apply falsies. But I don't do wing liner and I don't do falsies. Since it is prom, I would do it, but I'm just gonna go and finish cooking, so I'm not really gonna do that right now. And like I said, I really don't do that technique myself personally, just because I've only done it once, and that was for my wedding. And I feel like I don't look nice in wing liner and like really dramatic lashes, but that's just me. Some girls can rock them. If you're used to it, girl, you do it. You do you, boo. But personally, me, I'm not going to. But anyways, I'm just going to take another brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and it doesn't say the number. But I'm just going to be blending those edges just a little more. Okay, now let's finish the rest of her face. I am going to bronze first. The bronzer I'm going to be using is my Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, my favorite bronzer brush, and it's only like $3, so why not? So I'm just gonna use that to bronze. Now to contour my face, I'm gonna be using my Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I'm gonna be taking this shade, and I'll be using this brush from It's My Ray Ray collection in number 4, and I'm just gonna be taking that right on the hollows of my cheeks. These brushes are also really good, you guys. Like I said, you guys need to check out these BH Cosmetics brushes, because girl, you're missing out. I haven't contoured in such a long time. I usually just bronze. Now I just contour a little bit on my forehead, not too much. You have to really make sure you're blended on your forehead, because if you're not, you will tell in flash photography. Trust me, I learned the hard way. Now with that same big brush from e.l.f., I'm just gonna be blending my forehead and this and my cheeks. For blush, I'm going to be taking my Burt's Bees blush, and this is in the shade Bare Peach. This is such a beautiful blush. It gives you such a flush on your cheeks, but it's not too much. Also, it's going to last all day. Very matte, very beautiful. And I'm going to be taking my favorite blush brush, if you guys don't know this. It's the Luxie 504 brush. I need to get it back up because this is falling apart. Mira. Ahora sí. Now it's hard to take off. But I'm telling you, in other instances, this like breaks apart so fast. And what I want to show you, it's like tightly on. Anyways. But if you guys can tell, look how beautiful that blush is. It's a perfect. It doesn't give you super like blushy cheeks, but it also doesn't look like you don't have anything on. So I love it. Now for highlight. Look. I don't care if you don't like highlight. I don't care if you're not a big poppin' highlight. No, mira, you have to wear a poppin' highlight for your prom. You just have to. Like, you're gonna be taking so many pictures. Do you know how awesome a nice poppin' highlight looks in pictures? You have to wear a poppin' highlight. I don't care if you don't like highlight. You have to wear a nice poppin' highlight. And you have to use this palette from Milani because it's the best highlighting palette ever. Like literally. It's for high-end and drugstore. I feel like this is so good. So good. I'll be taking my ColourPop brush and I'm going to be mixing these two. I'm going to be taking 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready? Do you see that? I mean, hi. But for me, that's not enough. I'm going to go back in a little more. And I like to just bring it down just a tiny bit. So it's a little blended, so it's not just a line. So it's a little blended, so you just blend in a circular motion. And if you're wearing a strapless dress, I would recommend you highlighting your shoulders, your collarbone, whatever. But with this, since it is my body, I'm going to be taking these two darker shades. And you highlight, girl. Highlight your collarbone, your shoulder, your neck if you want. Girl, highlight whatever you want. I'm going to be applying a little bit of that white as well. Just to really, ooh, girl. You see that? I'm telling you, these little things just make such a difference when you take pictures. I mean, hello. I love it. It's ridiculous. Okay, now to set my face. This matters, you guys. This is gonna matter a lot because you want your makeup to just really sink in, blend perfectly, and you want it to last all night. And my favorite setting spray, high-end or drugstore, it is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. It's so good. Also the Urban Decay, but I'm like, might as well just buy this one. It's cheaper. But I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face. Don't be afraid to set your face, and once you do this part, you can let it dry, put another layer. Isn't gonna hurt anybody, but I always recommend going back in with your sponge, and I mean very lightly tapping that, just so it can really sink in, really blend. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up my eyebrows and put on some mascara, and I'll be right back to show you what lip combo you can do with this look. Yeah, basically almost any lip you want to do, but I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. For my lips, I am using the I Love Sarai X ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Curvy, and I am using a lip gloss on top, also from ColourPop. With Kathleen Lights, and it's the Moonchild lip gloss. So I feel like this is a perfect lip for this eye. You can use a red lip or, you know, a darker one, but I feel like the attention should be on the eyes. But if you want also dramatic lips, then I don't see why not. But I hope you guys have an awesome day. I really hope you guys like this video. Please be safe in prom and have lots of fun. Dance your little booties off. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!